Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year, and welcome back to the Vendor Voices podcast. Happy 2025.
We made it.
We made it, another year. So I am Sammi, your co-host, wedding photographer, and I'm here with my lovely co-host, Korrigan.
Hi, guys. Wedding filmmaker here. We're both in Chicago, Illinois, and we're excited to start the first episode of the Vendor Voices podcast in 2025. So I'm excited for the upcoming wedding season, and we actually have a pretty big announcement for the podcast. Sammi, do you want to let them know?
Yeah, for sure. So we are starting off 2025 with doing a very big giveaway for one lucky couple that is engaged. We are going to be giving away a free wedding day coverage with myself, wedding photographer, and Korrigan, wedding filmmaker. We are going to be choosing one lucky couple to receive free wedding day coverage for their 2025 or 2026 wedding anywhere in the USA.
Totally. Yeah. This is kind of our way to give back to the members of the podcast. We enjoy seeing your comments and just that you get to tune in every week. We really appreciate that. And so we are going to be posting on Instagram. If you don't follow us already, it's at The Vendor Voices. Check out the pinned post. It will have all the details on how to enter this giveaway. And yeah, you could win free photo and video coverage for your upcoming wedding. So we're excited to hear from you and see who enters. It's exciting.
Yeah, definitely. So to enter, you have to be following us on Instagram, and then also there will be a few other things that we would like you to do. So yeah, check out that pinned post and for all the details, and we can't wait to see you guys who enter. So we're excited.
Sweet. Well, anyway, let's dive into today's topic, which is wedding trends from 2024, and if we think they're going to carry over into this upcoming season in 2025. So let's dive in.
Yeah, let's dive in. All right, Korrigan. So diving into the 2024 trends that we have seen over the past year, what is one that really sticks out to you that you've seen a lot this past year?
Totally. The first one, especially as a filmmaker, the first one that really popped out to me was the wedding day content creators, which I don't know if I really want to say the word trend. It was just that it was new in 2024. Yeah. So I'm totally on the side that it's going to be sticking around for 2025. I think brides were super appreciative of having this extra person on the site of the day to capture things with their phones, to get them quick deliverables. I'm on the side of the fence. I know some people in the industry are like, oh, filmmaker over content creator. I'm definitely on the fence that says there's room for both.
Yeah.
We're definitely capturing completely different things. And so I loved being able to work alongside a few of these people that were creating just content with their phones, too. Doing more like TikTok trends or things like that. It's really fun. And I felt like it didn't really get in the way of like me making my gorgeous film. It was really fun to have someone there with like a different perspective of the video. So
yeah, I love the content creation aspect on a wedding day. I think it's just so fun. And also being a content creator.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of you guys realize this if you're just tuning in, but you know, before I got into wedding photography, I actually kind of dabbled in the whole influencer space and doing content creation, and I think it's just so cool to have that additional element on your wedding day, and It allows you to have like some BTS behind the scenes moments that aren't like 100% curated like maybe in a wedding film. It's like, you know, the unpolished moments that are just raw, unfiltered, you know, getting to see and look back on like you getting ready with your bridesmaids and like laughing and like giggling and having a good time.
Yeah.
Like these are all moments that would be put into a wedding film, but I mean, these are just the raw, unfiltered moments. And a lot of wedding content creators are like there for the whole day too. So they're just capturing like all the little moments in between. And so it's a really cool trend. I really like that. And if you're somebody who is a content creator, maybe you're an influencer and you really care about having social media content to post.
Totally.
I think some wedding content creators even have it, like as an option to like log into your Instagram the day of your wedding and even like post stories for you throughout the day, because the last thing you're going to be doing is checking your phone on your wedding day. But like there are people out there who are like, I just want the world to know and see this beautiful wedding and
before I'm even done with it.
Yeah. So it's really cool, and you get to receive usually the deliverables like pretty much right away, because they're not going through the same process that like you, Korrigan, would go through as a wedding filmmaker, to like edit and polish and overlay like audio and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I've actually heard of content creators using like the bride's phone. If the bride's like, just use my phone, so that the bride actually that night has all
Has
these
all
videos
the photos
on their
and videos,
camera
yeah.
roll. So it's like, oh, and then if she wants to post them the next day or whatever, like use them for like quick posts, like it's right there. So I think that's really a great way to get your deliverables super fast.
Yeah. I'm not engaged, but I would definitely jump on this.
And I haven't thought about it yet, but definitely possibly an interest of mine. So I know Reagan and I are doing more of a, like, she is very interested in like a vlog style. We're having a lot of like video deliverables because I'm editing, so I can make as many deliverables as I want. But we're doing like she's more into the long form content, so she wants like a 20+ minute vlog of the day. So we're actually I think we're gonna be giving like cameras to like the best man or people on the bride, like the bridal party, so that they can capture content that's like more intimate.
Cool.
Because as a filmmaker, sometimes like I don't know like the inside jokes between the friend groups. So it's like if there's like footage that like one of the bridesmaids is like capturing, like, oh, this is just like, a year ago when this happened, like obviously if I'm coming in, I don't know what happened a year ago. So we're excited to do something like that as well. So
cool. Yeah. I think it's definitely going to stick around.
I definitely do. So what's another trend that we think that really popped off in 2024?
Yeah. A big trend that I saw was the audio guest books.
Yes.
That was really cool. So I know we kind of talked about this a little bit a couple episodes ago with Liz when she was on the podcast, and she shared about how she was really glad that she had this on at her wedding. But the audio guest book is just such a cool thing because, I mean, it used to be that you just had a guest book and everybody signed it and wrote a little cute little memo like, we wish you well, we love you guys, da da da. But there's something so sweet and special to have that tangible audio to relive. Like, imagine like your grandma saying a sweet little thing, like, and then years later you can go back and like listen to her voice.
Totally.
I remember, this is a little side tangent, but like I'm a voicemail hoarder because my grandma, my mom, my dad, they like still leave voicemails. Like I don't even leave voicemails for people anymore.
My mom's a voicemailer as well.
Yeah.
Totally.
And like there's nothing more special than just like having that voicemail to be like, hi sweetie, like
to look back on later, like there's some moments where you might need that. So it's like, that's cool. I save them as well.
I save them. And I remember after my grandma passed, I got a new phone and I lost like all my voice mails or voice notes or something. And I was so sad. Yeah. So this is just like a way to have those audio moments forever. And on one of the most important days of your life, like them wishing you well and giving you guys like a word of advice or encouragement, to be able to relive that and replay that back. That is so cool.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. This is one I'm definitely signing up for our wedding. We actually already have like a deposit for our like wedding guest book. We have like the little phone thing that people can pick up and leave a voicemail. We're totally doing it. I'm super excited. I'm editing the wedding. Obviously I get to have all these files. I'm going to be pulling that into the film. Mm-hmm. So I'm super excited to have this at my wedding.
I cannot wait. That's going to be so awesome.
It's going to look
I can't wait
cool
to see how that turns out.
And sometimes this is maybe just me. I don't know. I love seeing audio guest books because sometimes I'll sneak and do a little like, hey, this is your filmmaker. Happy wedding.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
Leave a little personal message for later. I love doing that for my couples.
I do the same thing, especially even if there's like a photo booth or something.
Yeah.
Like I know like at the end of the night we'll like pop in there together. We'll
take
like,
a little,
hey, holding our cameras.
Yeah.
Like,
because it's
put it in the guest book.
It's fun to leave something for the couples. Like they'll find later.
Yeah, totally.
Like a little like Easter egg sneak peek thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. Just leave your mark. Leave your mark.
Yeah. No, so definitely think that one's going to be sticking around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one that I also am thinking that is definitely going to stick around, and a lot of these I feel like are going to stick around because I feel like 2024 was kind of like a great year for weddings. There's a lot of cool things that like got popular that I think are going to be in the industry for a while. Is more like the micro weddings / elopements. There was a lot of those this year.
Yeah. I feel like that was something that really we started to see a lot more of like during COVID, in 2020, 2021, when like people were opting for more smaller, intimate weddings because for one, it was only allowed to have so many people.
Totally.
But then I think it's really, just from what I've seen, it's really kind of stuck around. I think people are really enjoying having that more intimate celebration. Not to mention, too, it's definitely way more affordable as well.
Yeah.
The less people, less mouths to feed, and you can have a smaller venue. And so there's a lot of benefits to it as well. I mean, these people who have like 300, 400 person weddings, good for them that that many people that are able and want to come.
I don't.
But for me personally, my family is a bit smaller. So, it's more doable.
Yeah.
But like for some other people, they're like, they have a lot of people in their life that they just can't somehow say no to. But yeah, the more micro weddings, I've seen more of those, and they're really fun to be part of. I love a good like elopement too at like City Hall. Those are so much fun.
Oh yeah.
I love photographing small elopements at the City Hall, but just like your couple of close friends, you know, your parents, and like your best.
Yeah.
Like
that
best
actually
friend or
reminds
something.
me, I was perusing Reddit looking for possible Reddit stories to read on the podcast. And I actually saw someone post like, is it appropriate for me to wear a white dress to my courthouse wedding? And I'm like, yes,
course.
it's your wedding, girl. What are you doing? Like, of course, wear a dress.
Course.
Like,
yeah.
Okay, Sammy, so what's like one more trend that we think is going to stick around in 2025?
Yeah, so a trend that I noticed a lot last year was the sweetheart tables.
Yes.
Yeah, so I noticed that a lot of couples were opting to have like their own table where they eat. It used to be, I noticed a lot more that like your whole wedding party was at like one
big
long
tables,
table.
which is still pretty popular. I've seen
Yeah,
that as
it's
well.
still super popular and really cool. But the sweetheart tables seem to be really cool because I think it allows the couple to have time just with each other.
Totally.
To kind of like have their own private moments and conversation.
Which you don't get much on your wedding
You
day.
don't.
Funny enough.
Yeah, because if you're at a table with all your best friends, like it's natural that you're going to be like turning to your left, turning to your right, like talking to your friends and your bridesmaids and your groomsmen and all that.
Totally.
But when it's just the two of you, I mean, it's not for that long, but at least you have that space just to be together. And then also for photography's sake, it's really nice because they're usually just the two of them are like more in sync with each other, like looking at each other, like when during speeches, they're like, you know, it's just the two of them. So like all of the attention is on them. And like some people might not like that, but like I think it's really cool that people have been doing that more. So
yeah,
I think that will stick around. I mean, it also depends on your venue and like your seating chart and your layout and stuff like that.
Totally. I had a few couples that did that this year. Shout out Samantha and Curtis, who were one of my favorite couples. They had I love all my couples, but they were definitely a fun couple to work with. They did a sweetheart table, which was very nice because they got to just like talk for like, it's not super long. You maybe have like 20 minutes during like dinner time, but then right after that, you're getting up, you're dancing, you're still with the group, but it gives you that time that's like, okay, just us. They also didn't do a first look, so they didn't have the time in the morning that a lot of people did. I know we talked about it in episode 1. So it was great for them because they were able to like have that time during dinner. So
yeah, I like it.
Really cool.
I'm a fan.
Okay, one more trend that I also really enjoyed seeing, and I did see it definitely more in 2024 than in 2023, was the outfit changes. Definitely, I think, more popular for the bride to have an evening outfit change for the reception.
Right.
If they have like a very long, beautiful, flowy dress for the ceremony, they want something that they can like dance around, spin around in for the reception.
Yeah.
I actually had a bride that got flipped upside down, which was crazy. Actually, it was so cool. But she could not have done that in a long flowy dress. So that was literally her entrance to the dance floor with her new outfit. Then they did like her and her husband did an upside, he like flipped her upside down. It was crazy. It was like insane.
Kind of like a swing dancing move type of thing?
Kind of, yes.
Okay,
yeah, kind of like that.
Cool.
But it was really cool because it's like, oh yeah, here's the new outfit and like,
and it's like a reveal moment.
A big entrance thing. It was crazy.
People always get so hyped. They're like, look at your new dress.
100%.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's definitely really fun. I've had weddings I photographed this year where the bride was doing the outfit change like mid-reception. Yeah. So it was like kind of like after dancing already started. And then usually they're like, I'm going to go do the outfit change. Like,
and
don't
it's another
leave
big
yet.
moment.
Yeah. Like, so like we're always like ready. We're like waiting for them to come back out so we can get some good photos and reactions of everybody seeing the new outfit. But a couple episodes ago, I talked about where the groom actually had an outfit change, which
I remember that.
For, American weddings, like that's pretty uncommon. I'm actually it's funny though because I'm in a South Asian wedding next week in Mexico, and I sent the podcast episode where I talked about the groom's outfit changes to the groom, one of my best friend's fiancés, and he was like, that's normal for us. Like we have multiple outfit changes, multiple days, multiple events. So like every event has like a different outfit.
It's definitely a cultural thing.
So it's definitely a cultural thing. But it has been a fun trend, and Definitely can get expensive. No,
But hey,
no surprise there.
If you got the budget, it's a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
Just to be another fun moment. Like that's super cool.
Yeah, more photos.
Do you think it's gonna stick around in 2025?
I mean, I definitely think it will for the bride side. I'm curious to see if it grows on the groom side.
Yeah, because I personally didn't see that on the groom side this past year. So it'd be cool if I at least see like one or two. I'm like, oh, this trend is growing. Like, that's really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you have one more trend that we think?
Yeah. One last one that I think is a newer trend that I saw towards the end of 2024, and I think it's going to stick around in 2025, is the evening flat lays.
Oh, yeah.
So flat lays is a big part of what I do in the beginning of the day. I'm always taking the bride's details, like her rings, the invitation suite, her veil, her shoes, her earrings, her any jewelry, any something blue, keepsakes, just all the little details from the day, her perfume, her lipstick, that kind of stuff. And then same with the grooms, like his tie, his bow tie, his shoes, his, all those little details, his rings, obviously, or ring rather.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about it is like you get a beautiful photo of like all the details. But something I've started seeing more of is doing another flat lay at the end of the night with like all of the reception stuff. Okay. So it's like, let's say you have a snack bar with like pizza. So like you would put a flat lay of like the pizza, the Polaroid camera, I
totally get what you're talking about now.
The signature drink from the wedding day, if you have a signature drink, I'm
glad you explained it, because when you first...
special napkins with, like, your dog on it.
Yes,
that
those
kind of
different
stuff.
moments. Because when I thought about this, I was like, I'm obviously, like, that's kind of more of a photo thing than video, I think, for flat lays in general. Obviously, I get flat lays as well, but it's more of a focus for photo. I was like, is she going and doing flat lays of the same thing again, just at night? I'm like...
Yeah, no, it's different details, but it's like the details of the reception.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
I remember, I think I saw... a photographer I'd worked with, I don't think this was you, but I saw that happening at a reception. I was like, interesting, we're doing flat lays. So I did see it happen once this year, but I guess I didn't realize that, like, that is a growing thing.
And like if you have the Polaroid cameras that spit out the photos, like I'll put in a few of those
into the flat lay. That's really cool.
Just like really artsy, creative, like a few disco balls or something. Like just... and it's definitely a fun little trend that I've started noticing more. So I hope that sticks around. I think it's really cool.
That is super fun.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, again, thanks for tuning in. This is kind of a quickie one that we wanted to throw out. Happy New Year again.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Don't forget to enter the giveaway.
Totally, yeah. If you are getting married in 2025, enter the giveaway from our Instagram at The Vendor Voices. On Instagram, there will be a pinned post and how to enter and give you all the details there. So just check that out.
Yeah.
We're super excited to hear from you.
Yeah. And we're so excited to work with you guys.
Yeah.
That'll be so much fun. You'll get the two of us. So that'll be so fun.
Dream team.
So fun. Dream team over here. And yeah, we're really excited. So I know you guys have already started entering. So just keep it up. And
yeah, there will be details, especially with like the length of pretty much all the details will be on the Instagram post. We don't want to like go through it all on the podcast, but just check out the Instagram post. There'll be all the details there.
Yeah,
so
perfect.
Sammi, where can they find you? Obviously follow the Vendor Voices Instagram for all that detail, but how can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Captured by Sammi on all platforms.
All right. And then you can follow me at Korrigan.mp4, and I can't wait to check out what we cover in the next episode.
Yeah, for sure. And thanks for tuning in, everybody. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and comment below what you guys think are some of the trends that you're most looking forward to in 2025. Do you like these trends that we talked about? Are
you using any of them in your upcoming wedding?
Yeah.
Or is there a new trend that we didn't even mention that you want to hear about?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Happy 2025, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah, happy planning. Bye.
Bye.